Well, good morning. It is another Saturday. Boy, time flies. My plants are coming along. I brought some new pots into the greenhouse because I realized that some of my favorite flowers I didn't have in any of my other pots. So, I'm waiting for these little teeny sprouts to start coming up everywhere because there's some favorite plants in there. As for my flowers, I sprouted a couple more vermillionaire. Just as well have enough. Oh, my little cups are coming up good. These are cucumbers and some salvias. My zinnias, I keep thinning them out and they just keep filling the pots. The one thing I do, and it's probably kind of noisy in here because I have two oscillating fans. This one I've got aimed at the plants down here more on the underlayer. And the other one I either put up on a box so that it makes sure that it gets the base of them. And you'd think these little teeny plants, I'll move this one out of my way for a minute. You would think these little teeny plants, when blasted with a fan, wouldn't be able to take it. But it does two things. It keeps the bugs from making nests in them, and it makes them strong so that they can handle this. And they'll just stand right up there, and later when I plant them outside, they won't have any of that shock from being moved. So I keep the fans going on them from different angles, and as you can see, I got a lot of little plants in here. This one was seeded from little seeds, and it's still got a few that are not up, and I'm starting to wonder if they're going to come up, if the conditions were good enough. Pretty soon I'll just put something else in the dirt in its spot, but there's some plants I really wanted to grow in there, so I am waiting. And the one thing I have to make sure of with the fans blowing on them all the time is that they don't dry out. Some of these, as you can see, are still coming up by seed, and some of the seeds are very, very small. Anyways, I'm eager for the rest of this tray to come up. They were some of the first I planted, and I'm just not sure exactly what the holdup is. Maybe the temperature's been too up and down. There's a bunch more that I sprouted first, and a few from seed. This is my one of the hot lip salvia that I had to pay $9 for 5 seeds, and so far I have one that came up. That's why I'm hoping that I'll find some seeds, little sprouts, for those in my big pots. So, canna lilies are coming along. Those are my climbers. A couple of different vines. A couple more canna lilies. This Vermillionaire, I'm not sure if it has filled the pot with roots or what the deal is. If I knew for sure which one of these big pots I would plant that in, I would drop it in there right now so that it could spread the roots. But I'm still looking for sprouts. So hopefully it'll survive and feel good. Otherwise, I've got plenty of new little plants. And those are all seedlings. It's my other big Vermillionaire plant. And I could probably take another 30 plants off of that right now. But I think I got enough. And as you can tell, I don't have very much room in here for these to expand. So I'm going to turn off this fan and move it for a minute. So you can get an update on the other plants down here. These are penstemons and hyssop and hopefully some of my hot lips plants are going to come up down there. I just brought this in from outside. Hopefully it'll look like this and I'll have a whole bunch of little starts for 5-spot. I have a camera set up on slow motion, GoPro, watching that little plant there. It's got 3 little leaves on one side and a little flag on top, and I'm not really positive which one it is. I don't know if it's a hyssop or something else I've planted. But anyways, those are getting carried away, and I've planted a lot of plants out of that. I think I turn down my heater. These are zinnias and hollyhocks and sunflowers. Bright red canna lily. These are a Mexican flag climber, and hummingbirds love them. Only planted them 1 year before, and when I did, I put some extra fertilizer in that was really high in nitrogen, and I had leaves like you wouldn't believe, and the flowers never started blooming until like October. So not gonna make that mistake again. And these are a salvia, like a trumpet climber, and they should have vivid red flowers on it, little trumpets all over it. My other zinnias, lots of zinnias in those pots. I need to get more wind on them. More breeze. Just have to get the fan over here. That is a pot full of salvia, but there's different kind of leaves in there, so I'm not really sure which kind I'm going to end up with. It should be the purple annual ones that get really big and have loads of flowers and are not too cheap at nurseries. Those are zinnias. My lavender is finally starting to get new life on it. And as far as the crocosmia, I should have some shoots in there that should stick up straight, kind of like bulbs, different kind of bulbs. But anyways, my lupine's doing good. As you can tell, I had to put some little bug stickers in here because I've had to open the doors or the windows in my greenhouse to outdoors because it's been so warm. I'm working on creating a fountain that is air conditioning, but it is not built yet, and I want to do that so I can set it up inside. Lots of starts in there. I'm going to have to start thinning it, so I just am hoping that I'll be able to tell which ones are which before I thin them out. Another canna lily's doing great. And the plants around it are starting to come up. This is another pot that I brought in way late. And I don't know what these little sprouts are. They're kind of tall, skinny. They're all definitely the same kind of plant. And I don't know what they are because they're in my hibiscus, and my hibiscus isn't showing signs of greening up yet. And it should, those big stalks should start turning green from the bottom. And years ago I planted some red baby's breath, and I think that's what that is in abundance, but I've never seen it come up and bloom. This here is another new pot that I just brought in, and it's got a few starts, but not very many yet. And I'm hoping that some more of these will be my little hot lips plants, so we're waiting. In the meantime, I'm so excited to see so many little plants. And all of these starts right here that are in this tray, and all of these in this tray, I took out of those already big pots. So, and these. So whatever came up from last year's seeds, we will have some of a lot of different kinds of them. And then if they don't come up in the pots that I want them in, I'll just pop them out of there and put in what I want to put in. So thanks for checking out my greenhouse with me, and I'll go inside and let them grow another few inches today. It is really exciting to see plants take off. The problem is I only have all of these walls curve in, and these canna lilies are gonna get big. They're already just about to the plastic, and my zinnias and the hyssop and the sunflowers and the hollyhock, they are undoubtedly going to reach the tops a lot sooner than one could imagine, and they've only got about 4 more weeks that I have to keep them surviving in here. Actually, it's closer to 5 or 6. But at the rate they grow, once they just kind of get going, I don't know. It's going to be interesting trying to figure out how to give them space to grow, and how soon I have to transplant these in something bigger. Anyway, have a great day. I'm going to watch them grow for a few days, and just try to keep them watered. That air vent down there, I have a fan on high, sucking the humidity out and the heat so it doesn't get too hot, because the sun's out today. And then a cool air vent on this end that's sucking in the cool air. Those are the vents I cut out of the sides of the greenhouse and put where they belonged. The other vents are behind 2 layers of plastic, and they are right up next to the wall, about halfway up, which is really not where you'd want to be. There's a lot of dianthus growing down in this pot, and some salvias, but I'm not positive which kind. And I'm still waiting for my honeysuckle to kind of take off, and it really hasn't yet. So, and this tells me the temperature in here. The sun comes up, and all of a sudden it can be 85, 95 degrees. So I watch it closely. I have a little thermometer thing that sits by me in the house. This is what reads it, this little hangy thing. And in the house it tells me what the temperature is in here, so that I can keep it monitored. So from my greenhouse full of hummingbird plants and flowers to your house, and I hope you're having a great day and hope you got flowers growing. Let me know what you're growing, and I will see you soon on the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.